Thank you for that warm reception. Thank you for showing up today. I know it's cold. I know we're all a little chilly today, but we're out here for what? Trans rights. My name is Angelica Christina. I am a model, actor, and a board member of the Stonewall Gives Back initiative. Bear with me, because I got a lot of shit to say today. As a proud trans woman, I got plenty of shit to say today. I'd like to tell you all a story, because in order to understand our present, we must first acknowledge our past. In the 1950s and 60s, it was illegal to serve alcohol to members of the LGBTQIA+ community. It was illegal for anyone to dress in attire that did not match with their assigned gender at birth. But there was one of few bars in New York City that dared to defy the law in order to create a safe space for the community, and that was the Stonewall Inn. On the early morning of June 28th, 1969, our community had had enough of the relentless police raids, the policing of their gender identities and sexual orientations, and they fought back. This is the birthplace of the LGBTQIA+ rights movement. It reverberated throughout history and throughout the world. What came from days of rebellion right here on Christopher Street would later.
You got this. You got it, girl. Come on. Perfect. Come on. Perfect.
What came from days of rebellion right here on Christopher Street would later result in what we know today as Pride. But let me be perfectly clear. Pride would not exist without trans folks. We would not have the rights in which our current Nazi administration are trying to eradicate today had it not been for trans, non-binary, and queer folks. It was trans women of color like Sylvia Rivera, Marsha P. Johnson, Miss Major Griffin Gracie, who sacrificed everything for queer and trans liberation when the world offered them nothing. A biracial, lesbian drag king like Stormy DeLavier fought against oppression. There is no LGB without the TQIA+. And now in 2025, trans, non-binary, and intersex folks find ourselves being forced back in time. Forced back to a time when we were denied the freedom to exist as our authentic selves. Forced to use restrooms that don't align with our gender identities. Forced to have our assigned genders at birth on our passports instead of our true gender markers. Our life-saving, gender-affirming care is being stolen from us. Our rights are being stripped away as we speak. We're being erased from government websites, erased from the Stonewall National Monuments website, in which trans folks played an integral role in LGBTQIA+ backbone to this attempted gendercide. This administration seeks to erase us from public view, to harm us, to murder us. Just last week, we lost 2 Black trans siblings to violence. 29-year-old trans woman Tahiry Broom and 24-year-old trans man Sam Nordquist. Shame! What was done to Sam during those many weeks when he was kept hostage, the countless sexual assaults and unspeakable torture he endured, is pure evil.
Cowards!
This administration, Republicans, the MAGA cult, and those targeting my community have blood on their hands. Think back to the Spaniards who murdered indigenous and two-spirit human beings when they first colonized this country. In Nazi Germany, they outlawed trans people, forced trans people to detransition, and then murdered them in concentration camps. History is repeating itself right now. Trans people, specifically Black and brown trans people, are being villainized and slaughtered en masse. All of this anti-trans hatred and rhetoric have real-life diabolical consequences, and trans people are the ones paying for it. These insidious executive orders signed by a wannabe dictator, a Nazi, a monster, are calling for the executions of our people, and we will not stand for it. The American people must wake up. It's not trans people who the public should despise or be fearful of. Trans people are so often the ones called groomers and pedophiles by the right-wing extremists, and yet their fascist in chief is a rapist. If the American people were so concerned with protecting women and girls, then perhaps they wouldn't have elected a 34-time convicted felon like Donald Trump. Fuck Trump.
Lock him up! 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 Lock him up!
This is a man who's had sexual assault allegations going back to the 1970s, who promotes grabbing women by their genitals without their consent. This has never been about protecting women and girls. This has always been about control and power over an already marginalized and at-risk community that he deems are weak. If anything, it is that tyrant, that foe king, that is the weakling, not us. We have despicable psychopaths like Nancy Mason government. A cis white woman screaming trans slurs on the Senate floor on C-SPAN, calling for Banning trans athletes from sporting events is not making America safer. Banning trans folks from public restrooms is doing absolutely nothing to safeguard Americans, but rather putting women and girls in harm's way by enforcing the inspection of their genitals. The shame of it all. Banning trans people from serving in the military and protecting this country is further endangering Americans. The real threat to women and cis girls are cis male predators like Donald Trump, Pete Nixon, RFK Jr. You ask any young girl, any woman navigating the world, who are they really afraid of when they walk home alone at night? Who are the ones that prey on them, that harass them, that assault them? It is cis men, not trans women. How about the Catholic priests that molest innocent little boys? And let's not forget the cis female educators that are preying on their underage students. But they don't want to talk about that now, do they? It's the hypocrisy for me. Criminalizing trans people is not lowering the cost of eggs and groceries in this country. Demonizing trans people is not making housing and healthcare more affordable. Trans people are not the ones causing plane crashes or making cuts to the essential funding that we depend on. Hold that piece of shit in the White House responsible for his crimes. I am demanding our Democratic Party and elected officials to speak up. Do something now. Because if you don't, more of our blood will be shed on your watch. Silence is death. Do your job. Do your job.
Do something now! 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 Do something now!
In a world of sickness like Donald Trump, Nancy Mace, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
China right chick.
instead, be an Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Be a Jasmine Crockett. Be a Rashida Tlaib. Be a Janet Mills. Lastly, to my trans, non-binary, and intersex siblings out there and here today, I know you're scared.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You got it.
I know you're scared. I know you're hurting. As a trans woman, I fear for my life and my safety every single day, and for the safety of my community. I know what it's like to be tormented and pushed towards unaliving myself because of my identity. I know what it's like to be shamed and to be cast out for who you are. I know how it feels to want to die because it often feels like the whole world doesn't want to see you live. But I'm here to tell you that you are not alone.